Alright, so here I have the first runner. We'll go ahead and analyze him, slow him down a little bit. So here as landing, he's landing out in front of his knee. So what I mean by landing out in front of his knee, he is not landing underneath his knee, just slightly up front. Uh, Also, if he's landing slightly on his heel. So if I was standing in front of him, I could probably see the bottom of his shoe. And then just to nitpick just a little bit more, you can see how he's leaning forward at his hips. So versus being a straight line. But alright, let's continue moving on to the next person because we have a lot of runners to go through. Alright, here we got right here. Let's keep going. One good thing, that nice straight up and down, like a plumb line. But once again, she does a little bit job of landing underneath her knee. She do a better job. One thing I can critique is, when she's running, go ahead and don't let your toes be pointing up. You can see the shadow right there, how her toes are pointing up to the sky. Just waste the movement. Just go ahead when you swing your leg forward. Just keep your toes. You just keep your toes nice and level on the ground, and just let it fall, nice and natural. Alright, right here, the shoulders, they don't look relaxed. Just probably want to relax the shoulders a little more. A good example is right here. From her hips up, it looks like she's completely relaxed. Her elbows are 90 degrees. They're not coming up to her hands are not coming up to up past her chest. So this is right here, nice and relaxed, and then right here it just looks like you're a little bit tight up top. So want to run more relax. You want to feel things bouncing just nice and smooth. So if you feel smooth, you'll probably be running smoother. You can tell right here how the arms are more like 45 degrees than they are 90 degrees, your elbows. And you just probably just drop those down. If you drop your arms down, I have a good feeling that your shoulders will go down too. And right here, laying your heel, toes pointed up, your legs completely straight when you land, so everything's coming back, all that energy's coming back towards your hips. Alright, moving on. Same thing. Arms looking great, but once again, once we look at the legs, this is probably the person who's pointed his toes most the highest to the sky. And you can see that right there is an excellent example. You can see the shadow right there, how he's pointing. Body's nice straight up and down, that's great, but if we want to just maybe fix this, this is what we call overstriding, and how he's not landing underneath his knee. Alright, so with the arms here, one thing I did notice is a lot of arm action. Just a lot of extra movement going on here. Just try to minimize that. Probably can't tell, but over like a long period of time, a lot of that wasted movement will come to a factor. And right here, same thing. Her running partner, Sydney, if you ever see them run together, they're running the same speed but they have the same different stride, and we'll look at her in a second. So, but same thing, just like the previous video, just not as bad. All right, here we go for the next one. So So here we go. Arms looking good. Nice straight up and down. Now when she is running, she's almost there. She's almost landing underneath her knee, so which isn't a bad thing. And then when she hits that maximum impact, everything is underneath her knee, so which is just pretty good. Just a little critique, she could lower her toes a little bit more just to be more efficient. So, but everything looks good. Alright, so here we have Sydney. One good complaint I had about her, when your arms, they're crossing against your body. So you can see how your whole shoulder has shifted. You want to move your arms by your shoulder, not your shoulders through your back. So you see how your whole back is twisted right here. So you can move your arms. Just you want to practice more. Just moving your arms from front to back, and then your arms are actually crossing your whole body. So now your center of gravity is moving from side to side, left to right. So, but let's go ahead and watch her stride. When she is running, boom, moment impact, which is right there. She is just about underneath her knee. So, which is a great thing. And boom, moment impact right there. And she does a good job of not pointing her toes too much up in the sky. So that's boom right there. And you can see how when that moment impact happens, her knees bent, so her knees taking some of the shock absorption, and so it's not too much stress on her body. So arms at a good height, right there, is 190 degrees, so that's great. All right, so here is Tracy. Same thing, just a little out in front, toes pointing to the sky. Probably need to take just shorter strides. So you can see how that leg is completely straight. Alright, so right now, I can tell right now your arms are way too high, so we want to bring those down. So that's one thing you probably should work on, bring those relaxing. You can see how your shoulders are probably too high. Looks like you're not relaxed. Now for your stride, looks great. So if you look at here, when you're running, when you're landing, lay nice and flat-footed. Your toes don't even go point up to the sky. So this is wonderful right here. Boom. You're landing right underneath your knee. So it's a great job right there. Dylan's doing a great job with his arms. Just overstriding. You can see how he's like reaching out in front of his body, and then when he does that, he's landing way out in front of his knee. So you can see it right there. So toes pointing to the sky and so forth. Nice straight and down. So we just need to work on not overstriding, maybe taking shorter steps to help that. Alright, next one we have this better half. Arms look great. Only complaint I have right here is her toes pointing up, so that's causing her to lean on her heel with her and leaning out in front of her. Want to do landing up underneath her knee, so taking shorter strides. Like cadence I was talking about, taking quicker cadence will cause shorter strides, will help that. So cadence is really important when it comes into this. Right here it seems like your left arm is higher than your right. The same thing. And you can see it overstriding, maybe taking shorter strides will help. Excuse me. Alright, so here we have the arms. Looks like they're a little high. They're up here almost near your chin. Probably just drop those down a little bit and to be more relaxed. Right here, same thing, heel striking, overstriding. Maybe if you could just right there. You can see how you probably see the bottom of your shoe while standing in front of you if you're running towards me. And now the last one. Jeff does a great job with his arms. Nice and relaxed. He looks like he could relax your shoulders a little bit, maybe a little tension. And then right here, you can see how we can see the bottom of his shoe right there if he was running towards us. And I used Jeff as an example, so we saw his bottom of his shoe as he was running. So I guess a quicker cadence would probably help. So who's that creeper? Alright. Sorry for being the video being a little too long. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next week.